everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wrestling and the Movies. I'm Stevie Pearson, along with
Elliot Redding,
and Smarky Fedbang
has returned for episode 2.
God, Fedbad. Who thinks this shit up, honestly. Yeah. It's almost as bad creative as the movie we're going to review today, which was Batista's lovely movie called
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead. Yeah.
Dave, for fuck's sake. It had promise.
Dude,
the trailer made it look like it was going to be film of the year.
Oh my god, I've never seen an example of... I've never seen a more apt example of the best stuff was in the trailer. Hi folks, Smarky Fedbad here. Listen, I just wanted to let you people know a little something before we get deep into this review. YouTube doesn't always let us show footage, so sometimes we have to show pictures and video games and other bits from movies to kind of get our point across. Hope that doesn't interrupt your viewing pleasure that much. Because it's really just a bit...
Considering Dave is supposed to be the star of this movie, there is, and I will now count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I think there's one or two more there as well. You could call main characters in this film, because they all pretty much, unless they get killed off, they share screen time. Yeah, what have we got? We've got Lieutenant Vasquez, lookalike from Aliens. We've got a blogger, the token black guy, who's actually quite good. I thought he was quite good. Yep, you've got the German safecracker.
Yeah. The pilot, of course.
Lesbian pilot.
Was she lesbian or just looked like one?
With that haircut.
Yeah. I think she played a lesbian in Fear of the Walking Dead. Another zombie one. And the saving grace of the film, but who doesn't get enough to do, is, of course, Garrett Dillahunt, who I think is a good actor and has done some very good stuff, such as Deadwood and Sarah Connor Chronicles and Last House on the Left remake and stuff like that. But other than
bit part in this.
Yeah, it's not much for him. Not enough for him here. We've got zombies, I suppose.
The zombies in this were... It's a weird one, the zombies in this, because before we get into actual film itself, I don't know if these are zombies that have been already experimented on, because, well, as we get into, or if they're infected. Yeah, well, it draws the line, because the film opens up with 2 people, a bloke getting roadhead. Yeah, and causing a crash with an army convoy. This convoy flips over, explosions, blah, 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 blah. Container opens, big motherfucking zombie gets out. Yeah, big bastard hulking zombie. Yeah, like if Scott Steiner was a zombie. Yeah. Fuck, that'd be terrifying, wouldn't it? Jesus, the world wouldn't be safe. No. He's bad enough as a fucking human, like a zombie, you know. But I wonder if would that improve your... What, the Steiner math?
Yeah, would that improve his maths or not?
Brains at the same level, I guess.
Okay, honestly. I want to see a film Zombie Steiner now, not this shit.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, so we have this film, and traditionally speaking with zombie movies, we rarely get an explanation as to what's going on. We just, boof, there you go. That's a zombie thing. That's your traditional zombie movies of your Romero level. But these days, there's always a lab contamination-y doodah thing. So it was refreshing to not have to have anything explained for us for once. Yeah, the subplot was given out straight away. There are some unanswered questions very later on in the movie, which we'll get to in another rant. But it was a well-shot movie because we go straight from the zombies, the zombie attacking the army guys, to... It seems to be the zombie, unless it just doesn't show them. It has a choice whether it's like a vampire. It has the choice whether it kills or turns. Yeah. Because it only takes 2 of the army guys as... Well, you only see 2 of the army guys get turned in the opening scene. There's about 6 or 7 of them in the convoy. Yeah. And they walk up the hill. You see the lights of Las Vegas. And then cut to opening credits, which is a full music number. Yeah, it's the thing. They explained the backstory through a musical montage, which is quite good. Zack Snyder done the Dawn of the Dead 2005 remake, and that had a great opening montage with Johnny Cash, Man in Black, which everyone remembers now. And obviously this is his first time, I think, he's come back to zombie movies after Scooby-Doo and 300 and the Snyder Cut and all other stuff that everyone keeps
the Justice League, yes.
Justice League, yeah. I'm not a big superhero guy, so I wouldn't tell you. But, so we go from there, and we've got that one. That's probably the best part of the film, in my opinion, is that lovely montage of Vegas. Yeah, because you haven't met a single character yet, but you're seeing a bunch of them who were all
special forces, saving people. I think Batista saves someone apparently very high up in Parliament, not Parliament, government.
Yeah, we have that build up on there, and like I say, that's the best part of it.
Yeah.
Then once we get that out of the way, we're back to the cool down period where we have to introduce characters.
Batista is now a burger flipper.
Yeah, Batista's now
hench as fuck.
Batista's now flipping burgers like your average wrestling fan, and
they build him up as such a nerd.
I'm not being funny. He's a fucking monster of a human being, Batista. You can't have him just be a burger flipper. It doesn't really work. You'd have to have him be a lumberjack or something kind of tough, basically. So, and Batista's. I love Batista. I've always liked his work. But it's hard for Batista to play an everyman when he looks like fucking Batista.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He has not trimmed down for this film. He is still the exact same size he has always been.
He's ripped to fucker and he's covered in tattoos and he looks like a double-R bastard. So you can't have him just be some burger flipping type. But anyway, I digress.
When he's flipping burgers, he gets offered, and the premise of the film is there's $15 million in the bottom of in the vault of one of the casinos.
Yeah.
The guy who owns the casino has already been paid out by the insurance for this money, so he's not lost anything in a sense. So this is tax-free money.
Yeah.
He offers it's 150 million is in the safe.
Yeah.
He offers them 50 million if they can get it.
Batista then divides the money up between everyone.
The two people that were in his squad or troop in the army, they get 15 million each between the three of them, and the rest then gets divvied up depending on what the safecracker get, because he's a lowdown. I think he's worked as a locksmith.
Yeah.
He only I think they offer him only 20,000, but he still thinks that's a ton of money. The YouTuber guy gets offered 200 grand.
Because the average locksmith can open a fucking Vegas vault, but anyway.
Well, he can get followers. More important.
And then we get followers. We get a YouTuber, or blogger, or Twitcher, or whatever.
It's a YouTuber, definitely. He's supposed to take the piss, but he's not one. He's not one of the worst characters.
Is he in a hot tub? Like on Twitch, or
no, he's licking one of those weird ear things or the ASMR things. That's what
he's doing. Dirty people. But then we get a pilot. Then we're introduced to the characters. They're all wafer thin, and most of which you can tell are literally here just to get eaten or killed.
The reason we're not calling them by their names is, one, there are so fucking many.
I can't remember any of them.
No, that's the thing. I can't even remember Batista's fucking character's name. Was it Scott something? I don't know.
Was the Puerto Rican called Martinez? They usually are.
Yeah, I think it actually might have been.
So Martinez is in there. It's weird because this is essentially the exact plot to Train to Busan 2 Peninsula. And it's like, a Korean sequel to the original Train to Busan movie, which was all right, but it's like, has no one cottoned on it? Has no one sat and thought, hang on, this is just a blatant fucking rip on that. It's the strangest thing because the whole premise of the film for me was sold to me as Dave Batista versus zombies, but anytime Batista's not on screen, it's just sort of a bit shit, so,
Yeah, and the kind of sub-story within it is Batista, so they go, all of Vegas has been walled off.
Yeah.
So they've got to go in undercover because they've only got, I think it's 2 days.
Hang on, isn't that the plot to Dead Rising 2?
Yes.
Okay, sure. And I think there's been a few zombie movies set in
Las
Vegas.
There's been a few, I think. But they have to get in and out, I think, in under 48 hours. If not, it's going to get nuked. But then the whole subplot is, before they go in, his daughter is helping out at one of the refugee camps of people who used to live in Vegas.
Yeah.
And she wants to go in and help find someone else who she's been helping look after the kids for, because, I don't know, B-Tech Christian Stewart, blonde girl, is the coyote who gets them in and out because she has a tunnel.
Yeah.
Sure. Who is one of the better characters in the fucking film.
Does she die? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's right at the end.
Yeah, yeah. That's so much. This is a long film. It's 2 hours 24, which is pretty long for what I assumed was going to be a 90-minute popcorn flick. But so we have that. They go into Zombie Town.
They have to give a sacrifice, and this is the first bit where you're like, "Fuck me, they've got something."
Yeah.
We've already killed about 20 minutes before we've even got into Vegas. So you're like, just hurry the fucking up. Nothing's been shot yet.
Yeah.
They have to. The coyote gets one of the. There's a dickhead security guard who's at the almost a concentration camp. Fucking hell, that would have gone a different way. Would have gone into the refuge. There was a There's a security guard who works at the refugee camp who apparently is just a bit of a dick.
So yeah, we have that, and they basically bring him in, but they set him up to sacrifice him to the zombies who... They're a bit...
This is the first bit where you're like, they've got something here. Because the zombies... there seems to be different ones. Maybe, I don't know if it's depending on your genetics beforehand, or if it's a way that they turn you, because there's a separate bit later on. There are smarter zombies.
Yeah, they've gone with the idea that there's different breeds of zombies, like, say, Left 4 Dead.
I think this is why I classed them... I think this is maybe why they're more infected than undead. It's because, they understand more. They're more cavemen who look like zombies.
Yeah.
In a sense, because they take the sacrifice. But apparently what they do is, they take the sacrifice and then they turn them into... Because... They didn't really have a certain name for it. It's one of those things where every person has a different name for them. But for this case, we'll call them runners, because you have the slow monotonous zombies, but you also have these smarter cavemen type ones, which seem to have a bit more brain function, which are runners. But they get chosen to be turned. It's pretty much a ritual thing which you somewhat see parts of.
Yeah.
The zombies lock people into the rooms in one of the hotels and take them out one by one to turn them.
Yeah.
So there's more cognitive function going on there than the film gives out.
And it's never explained why or how or anything like that. So because of that, we don't really know quite what's going on. It generally felt a lot like sequel baiting.
There's definitely sequel baiting, but it was so... There was so much a premise.
Yeah.
This would have been an amazing film if they would have followed up with the things they left on the nose.
Yeah. We have that. He turns, and then we meet the
zombie tiger.
The zombie queen and her zombie tiger, and her sort of zombie henchman types. And this is where it gets all a bit bizarre, because the zombie queen lady, apparently, the whole bank story, spoilers, is a cover. And the evil Japanese man, I think his name was Mr. Takanawa or something, or Tanaka or something. And all he really wanted was the zombie lady's head, the zombie queen's head, so he can infect other people.
She has the ability to, because depending on your evolution of what level zombie you're at, they are able to communicate, mainly through growls.
Yeah.
But they have communication, and she seems to be able to control all of them, which is, I believe, why he wants the head. Yeah. So he feels like if we can study this, because like every zombie film, it's like very Walking Dead-ish. Even if you cut them off from the neck, they're still alive. The brain's still alive. So
so we're going with that script at least.
Yeah.
Though these are fast ones, but also not. Such a fucking mess, this film.
Yeah. So they go from that to starting to make their way through one of the hotels to find one of the strips to try and get through. They have to cut through a couple of buildings.
Yeah.
This is one of the better things as well, which I found quite cool, was the fact the zombies, they hibernate, and because they hide in the shadows, because obviously Vegas is in the fucking desert, so it's hot as fuck. Again, and another throwaway line from the movie is, when they first go through the shipping containers and see the first inside the walled off area.
Yeah.
The coyote says, these are all the people that tried to escape who got turned at the wall. They've all dried out in the sun. You should see what happens when it rains. They all come back alive for a while before they dry out again. It's a throwaway line for something which in any other film would have been the giant twist in the main thing.
I'm thinking it's going to piss down in Vegas.
I thought that was going to be the big escape. They were just going to make it out in time before the bomb goes off, kind of thing, and it was just going to be them turn into mush.
Or there's going to be a sprinkler or something, anything actually, but instead nothing. Just throwaway line, nothing. Then we get the bit there where Lieutenant Vasquez from Aliens, or her, character, she basically then decides to kill them for some reason, to try and get through this tiny little bit. It's all been mapped out for them.
Yeah, but these are the slightly smarter ones who are hibernating. Like if you remember Days Gone, where they sit in the caves. If you played that game, they sit in it, and if they start to wake up, she takes them out with the knife one at a time.
Yeah,
and spits like that. There is a lot of baiting in this movie. Like she cuts up, like she kills one of the zombies, his hand falls off because it's rotting, and it's so close to knocking off stuff, which is going to make noise and wake them all up. It's like, oh no, we won't do that.
And then Garrett Dillahunt's character, who I can't remember the name of, we just call him Mr. Cooper, Harry Cooper, because that's the guy that fucked him over in the Night of the Living Dead original. He basically locks her in a room, and she doesn't get killed, she actually gets free.
Yeah, she jumps away for a glass screen,
jumps through a window, and is fighting about 100 zombies, and they're about 10 feet away from her.
Yeah.
And they could easily kill these zombies and shoot them dead.
The YouTuber could have saved them.
But they just I just keep watching. I was like, okay, she's still there. She's alive, she's alright.
Oh no, we tried, but if we let her die, our cut might be a little bit bigger. Right, we'll leave.
We'll just let her die. We'll shoot the tank on her back and blow it all up.
Yeah.
Good shot though.
I
thought it was just going to be a shot in the head, and that would be the end of it. It was like it's Zack Snyder. If it's like, no, we can get an explosion.
We'll get a big kabloomy in there, and it's like, so we had the big kabloomy. Then at this point, I'm not quite as focused. So where do we go from there? I didn't make notes for this film. I thought
there was too much going on in this one. It kept cutting.
We're patrolling through. We're mulling through.
Backstories released about more and more characters. Blah 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 blah.
The helicopter pilot finds the helicopter. It's a piece of shit. It's fucked.
But she can fix it.
She can fix it because
she's a dyke with a wrench.
Yeah, she's a lesbian with a wrench and stuff. And that's not
insert World War II poster.
That's not stereotypical at all, is it? But anyway, so yeah, the lesbian mechanic.
Can't say mechanics. It's got man in the word.
It's just terrible. Probably
close enough.
It's just fucking tropey as fuck, this film, isn't it? So there we have that. So she's got to fix this plane.
The one thing I was surprised at is they find Batista finds the generator, fills it up. The whole hotel comes back alive. I'm very surprised that they didn't use that as an excuse to then have like a horde come in, because it's like all the lights, all the machines come back on. Obviously it's noisy as hell, and they're like, no, nothing.
So yeah, Big Dave and where do we go from there? Do they just? Because I can't fucking remember. It feels like stuff's happened, I just can't remember it until they get to the actual vault.
Well, then they go. Well, this is where Coyote and Cooper go off. They all split off into do different jobs. You have the German and the black guy who go down to the vault to try start working on that, because they have to get through 2 or 3 security doors to actually get to the vault in the first place. Then you have Batista is now having moments with his daughter, because she's like, I want to find this woman because she's got kids, and he's just like, no, we haven't got time. It's bloody back and forth. He's been a single dad. It's like, just do what you want. Your mum's gone. I can't parent you alone.
Yeah.
But so we get past that, and then Coyote and Cooper go off, and that's when they go right back to the beginning scene where they actually give the security guard over as a sacrifice.
Yeah.
And main chick comes out with her henchman, really, in a sense. I don't know if I thought, they're going to give her another sacrifice. This is how they're going to buy enough time. And no, bloody Cooper has a grenade launcher under his rifle, and I thought he just puts a grenade in it to blow shit up, but he puts some sort of fucking whip thing in it. So it just ties her up, cuts her head off, and then they take out her henchman. And then from there, cuts back to the hotel a bit. They get through the security doors. I think it's Batista pisses off the German, and they interrupt him saying...
Hang on, they cut the girl's head off.
Yep.
And this is right near where they start.
Yep.
And the girl's head's worth more than the money.
Exactly where they start.
The girl's head's worth more than the money.
Yes.
So why didn't he just double back out the containers and fuck off then?
Because the film was only an hour in.
I didn't know. That's a bad one.
I didn't think about that.
No, it just dawned on me out. Well, hang on, he had what he wanted then. He could have just fucked off instead of going all the way through Vegas to just kill the blonde girl. That's fucking shit.
This is where you get the next subplot of the zombie / infected of the original infected finds the body.
Yeah.
Takes her back, the decapitated body, back into the casino where they seem to be using as a, I don't know, hibernating base kind of place. But he lays her down. He's pretty much as full fucking makeup. Seems to be crying, which you're like, oh, they're a bit more intelligent. You're like, oh, he's having a moment. He's just like resting his head on her stomach, and it's like you don't hear anything. You're like, oh, okay, blah. Cuts away. Then it's just like big shot of all the zombies gathering round.
Yeah.
And he just like scoops in like a back fucking alleyway fucking abortionist, yeah. And pulls out a blue fucking fetus, which is very confusing to me because I don't know if they're going for she was pregs before she turned, but which I think they're more going for is these zombies fuck.
Yeah. I've never really kind of
holds it up then like fucking Lion King.
Yeah.
Gives a fucking a fucking scream. And then it's his version of that, like, shit's on now.
That is literally...
Yes. If there was rain coming down as well, it would 100% be that.
It's like Michael Jackson dangling the baby, wasn't it?
Yeah, so now... So this zombie is now out for full revenge, and it's just like puts on a fucking helmet so he can't get shot. This is the level, like it has a fucking face mask so it knows it, because it knows it only dies if it gets shot in the head. This is where the film is like could have had so much going for it and then just doesn't.
It's like a jumble of really good ideas, but just not one of them's executed.
Yeah. And you go straight from that to cutting back to the safe. They get in the way and someone interrupts them. It's like, you do know now, if I fuck up again because you've now rushed me, it will lock forever and we'll never get in. Blah, blah, blah. How long? And then...
We had a really interesting bit along there where there's like all these dead people who tried to open the vault before. And the black bloke's like, hey, maybe these guys are us. And everybody tried to break in. And this is some sort of time loop. You ever that? And I thought, fuck, is this going that way?
He's got full PTSD or something.
Is this where the film's going now? It's like, well, fuck, another twist, another bloody plot.
Yeah, it's going to turn into Looper.
And like, no, it doesn't actually. I thought, okay, well, at least we're not going that fucking... like, nearly 2 hours into a fucking film, at least
we're drawing the line.
You know, yeah, at least they had some degree.
This is the thing, it's a 2.5 hour film. They don't get to the safe till 2 hours in. See, like, then they're having to cram the ending into the whole thing.
Yeah.
While Batista's back up top, after fixing the generator, they see when the TVs come back on that the whole plan was the government were going to nuke Vegas. A small nuke, as they call it. And that was going to be the reset, and it was going to happen on a holiday, on an American holiday, some sort of Thanksgiving or something like that.
A nuke in Vegas, that's just a stand.
Yeah.
There's not an original idea in this fucking thing, is it?
No.
Fucking hell.
But then, so the whole plan was... Oh, it's been moved forward 24 hours because it would be bad to do it on a holiday.
Yeah.
So that instead of having 19 hours to get out, they've got like an hour.
Yeah. So it's like...
Also, no, 90 minutes. So they're now 90 minutes to get out.
Yeah.
And they asked the safecracker, well, how long is it going to take? He goes, 30 minutes. He's very German. He's very precise. It's 30 minutes on the dot.
Yeah, so we get this safe open and they've all got all this money. It's like, oh my god, money! And they're all filling up their bags. And at this point... does Garrett Dillahunt let the zombies in, or what? I can't remember.
He's very good. He tricks people along the way into, like, he tries to do it with the first girl. He locks the door and claims she was right behind me. I don't know where she went. Blah blah blah. But luckily she dies before she gets the rat on him. Yeah. And he does this again with the coyote. He traps her down, thinking, well, that's one less person I have to worry about.
Yeah. So he pulls out the head, and it's like, this is worth more than the money in the vault. You know, this is the ability to turn people into zombies. Imagine what Mr. Tanaka could do with this. I mean, but you could have got that at the first fucking 10 minutes when they go over the bloody...
In and out.
Exactly, you know. So it's like, well, why not just fucking do that there and then, basically? You know, it's like, it just fucking baffles me, this film. So yeah, then obviously the vault's open and we get to the big, obviously, coup de grace, you know, and we're off to the races where they all go off to the...
helicopter on the roof.
And this is where sort of
the film has like 10 minutes left at this point, and they're like, fuck.
They're cramming it all in, isn't
they? So they get to the roof. Copa's fucked. He's been killed off by fucking Siegfried and Roy's tiger.
Yeah.
That's what they claim it was.
Yeah.
So and they've got the coyote's got the head back.
Yeah.
They're on the roof. Zombie boyfriend comes up and is like, one bitch's head back.
Yeah.
And just fucking Olympic style javelin throws, spears her through a fucking wall while she's trying to keep his attention so Batista and his daughter can get on the helicopter.
Yeah.
Drops the head over the top of the balcony, and he then goes fucking schizo. Well, if he would have just given the head to her, if she would have given the head to him, they probably could have fucked off and he would have been like, I'm alright now. But
so even zombies like head.
This is what everybody wants. Cut in house now. And it goes from that to the fucking stroppy teenager Batista's daughter. I've got to save my friends, which she knows they're being held out in a different hotel. Goes to there. Yeah. Dave has to go fucking save her. Gets there just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
They try to add in a little bit of like, oh, he's fucked because the helicopter pilot's pissed off because there's only 4 minutes before the bomb goes off. She comes back, obviously.
Yeah. And then...
fighting the helicopter like a shitty Bond film.
Yeah. That's at this point, I was just looking at the clock thinking, can this fucking end now?
Yeah. Batista gets fucking bitten.
Yeah.
And then straight away you're like, well, fucking sequel bait's probably gone now then.
There you go. And no, the daughter kills him. Yeah. Huh. And then black guy gets out inexplicably after Vegas goes big kabloomy.
Yeah.
Vegas blows up.
He rents a private jet with all because he's got 3 bags, so he's got millions and millions and millions.
Yeah.
And so he rents a private jet, and then you're like, oh no, he's been bitten, and then it ends with the pilot pretty much saying, oh, we're about to land in Mexico City.
Yeah. So we're gonna go Mexico of the Dead.
Because the whole film was it plays out of even the big fucking bad original zombie is now dead. And Batista's daughter shoots Batista just as he turns, and even after he is turned, he says Kate, her name. Like, he's still a tiny bit human.
Yeah.
And then probably the best promo he ever gave. And then he should have ended there. That would have been the ideal place. But then it has to end with one guy survives, and oh look. Yeah. It's going to lead on to more dead somewhere else. It's going to lead on to another infection somewhere else. It's like, oh god, the character. It's going to be the daughter. It's going to be the main person in the next one.
If they do a sequel, please shave an hour off it, because
2:24 is too long for what we're giving.
It's nice that we got an expensive zombie film made.
The budget on this film.
They clearly spent some fucking money.
CGI is good. The makeup's good.
The CGI tiger still looks shite, but we can't do that yet. We're not at that stage. It just looked.
No, the stuff from Jurassic Park looked better.
Yeah, the bit where it's killing Garrett Dillahunt's character, I'm thinking this just looks so cheap. Look like something out of a fucking Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Did they ever do animals in Resident Evil?
The dogs.
Dogs, crows, and
I think they must have done something.
A fucking baby thing in a new one. Fuck that noise, honestly. I've seen the videos. I'm scared to buy the game, but it's the thing. Like I say, if it was nice they spent some money on this. And
it definitely was a cinema film, and then all the COVID shit happened, so now it's a case of Netflix bought the film, so it's just like, let's just put this film out.
I think had it been a cinema film, it'd be getting shit on monitors, but
maybe.
I haven't checked in. I don't know what response it's getting.
It seems from the bits I've seen, I haven't looked at the Rotten Tomato or anything like that, but the reviews that I've read about it are, if you're watching it for just because you just need a film to watch, it's alright. It's a 6 to a 7.5 out of 10 seems to be the average. It's not shit, but everything I've seen it's too long.
Yeah, it's strange.
Minimum of half an hour could have been shaved off.
Anyway, so there's not really much more you can say about this film. I think we've fucking covered it.
It's an alright film if you just if you're watching it for Batista, it's an alright film. Don't expect much.
Well, if Zack Snyder done a Snyder cut of that one film that had more content, maybe he could do a Snyder cut of this film and take out about an hour. And we'd be fine,
That's what I'm worried about, that there's going to be a 3-hour version of this film, because it looks like there's stuff that's cut.
Jesus fucking Christ. That wraps up that one. I'm Stevie Pearson.
I'm Elliot Redding.
And this is Smarky Fedbad, who hasn't said a word because he's got the ump.
Until next time.
Smell you later.